I'm pretty mad. But I am here to talk about my favorite thing, and that is making mistakes. I'm probably lying a little bit. Today, we had a discussion with. He's a frequent collaborator with Craig Hella-Johnson, Paul Mueller, and the late Stephen Paulus. I was supposed to be doing an interview with him over the road home. It's great. It's wonderful. It's simple. It's beautiful. And it has a beautiful message. And it's just beautiful. None of my audio recorded. A lot of the footage I was going to use, the interview I was going to use, the audio, gone. Perhaps it was never recording, so it was never there. Most likely the case. We're here to talk about making mistakes. I didn't know he was going to call me today. He was gracious enough to give me a call today. He fell down, and he had a concussion. And he was gracious enough to shoot me a phone call anyway. He spent 45 minutes with me. I'm no one. This is my first video. Of course I'm mad. He shared all this wonderful information. He told me stories about making music, about collaborating with other musicians like Craig Hella-Johnson, Paul Mueller, Stephen Paulus. He told me about his father, how he was an organist, how he was in choirs, all this wonderful information, and I can't share any of it with you. Yes, I'm mad. I spent a good portion of my day trying to figure out the audio, how to make it work. Before that phone call, I was like, okay, this isn't working. I'm not getting the tech to work for this. I'm not getting the tech to work for that. It did not happen. But, no, there's not even a but, because it didn't work. I can't share any of his information. I can't share the stories he had, the happiness, the joy, the sadness, the experience, how to improve myself as a composer. It's gone. But it's not. He shared a lot of wonderful stories, a lot of tips. He shared his humanity. He shared his experiences with other musicians, about collaboration, about partnership, about expression, about making music, about making art, about poetry. And even as I was going really, really hard on myself, I quit my job. I'm just not a very eloquent person. And he told me no. He said, don't be so down on yourself. And maybe that's where I need to take it from, because he did share with me. I don't get to necessarily share his exact words, his voice, but he did share with me. He shared with me his love for his granddaughters and grandsons, his family that's been taking care of him. He talked to me about his father, who was an organist in England. Beautiful churches, where the sound just feels like it goes on for eternity. He shared with me his collaborative process with Craig Hella-Johnson, with Paul Mueller, with Stephen Paulus. He told me how his folk tunes from Scotland inspired him to write the lyrics for The Road Home. That wasn't a little tidbit on the program notes, but he was gracious enough to share that with me. He told me about the story of The Road Home, how his sister was ill, how he wanted to go back home. He shared with me what it is to be an artist. Pain, sorrow, life, happiness, pride. He hid under a couch from his granddaughter, and how much joy that brought out of him. Perhaps it's not always a mistake. Perhaps it's a matter of perspective. Both our fathers died when we were young. His father passed when he was 19. My father passed 6 months ago. He shared that he was hurting, and that he has memory lapses. I got ADHD. I'm so afraid that I can't remember anything. I'm afraid that I can't even remember any of this conversation, any of the important parts. But the more I complain about it, the more I complain about how I'm not going to remember anything he said, the more I complain about what I'm missing out, what I failed to record for everyone else who I want to share it with, the more it gets stuck in my head. And maybe I'm not supposed to share it with all of you. Maybe I'm supposed to share this with all of you. So yeah, I'm going to keep on making mistakes. I'm going to make mistakes a lot. And I'm going to learn from them. And maybe I won't just learn from them. Maybe I'll recognize that maybe they're not mistakes after all, but they're golden opportunities for me to take advantage of. I look forward to giving you a call in the future. I'll record it the right way. But thank you for giving me that moment today. On this channel, we'll be talking about how to make music, how to become a conductor, how to become a leader, how to facilitate music ensembles. We'll get started on the next video.